First encounter. The following is an email from Frankie, the first person to ever encounter Entity 303, that was supposed to go to Speed, the first person to ever speak out about 303. Frankie's email has since been deleted. Date email sent, December 11th, 2013. Email, frankietheminor2001@yahoo.com. Subject, Entity 303 information. Message. Hi Speed, my name is Frankie. I'm a huge fan of Minecraft, and I've been playing for about 2 years now. Every day after school, me and my friend, John, would always play on his private server. He was a bit of a noob at Minecraft, but since he was pretty rich, he decided to buy a private server so we can play on multiplayer survival, along with my friends, Vincent and Brady. One day, we were all in group Skype chat. We were working on a huge survival city that we were in the process of building for at least 8 months. We were really proud of how it turned out. It was located in a desert, so we appropriately named our city Drybones. All of a sudden, while we went to go grab supplies to finish the hotel that we were working on, John noticed something strange in the chat. The only plugins that we had on the server were Essentials, along with some plugins that Brady had found called Social Spy. Thanks to Social Spy, it seemed that some player named player.number303 used the command /stop. Now, John suffers from major anxiety. I've known him since preschool, and he's always been a really insecure person. So when he saw that a so-called non-existent player tried to shut down the server, he immediately thought that it was a hacker. At first, I thought it was just a bug or something that he was keeping paranoid, but I reminded myself that this was a private server. I set up the plugins for him as such, and I kept his server whitelisted, since he didn't know how. There was no way anyone can join except us. I checked the server control panel, and it showed me we were the only ones on the server. I was getting a bit confused. We all decided to just ignore it and continue on with our survival. It's about 20 minutes in, and I'm walking with Vincent to the nearest forest to grab wood, which wasn't very near at all. All of a sudden, we see that a white figure in the desert in the distance. It appeared to be a model of some type of ghostly figure, with what I could barely make out to be his red eyes. I quickly took a screenshot and ran after it. For some reason, Vincent's player just stood still. I assume it's just lag, but he's not even speaking on the Skype call. I check Skype and ask if he's still online. No answer. He's not even on the Skype call. By now, Brady is just ignoring us and concentrating on the hotel, and John is freaking out. I can hear the shakiness of his voice. Anyhow, I opened up Minecraft again to see what the white figure disappeared, and Vincent disconnected from the server. I try calling him on my phone, but no answer. It goes straight to voicemail. I try texting him, but the texts don't deliver. John's getting worried to the point where it sounds like he's about to cry. Brady isn't even listening to us. He's not aware of the situation at all. I finally get his attention, and he finally realizes how peculiar this problem is. He teleports to me and helps me search the white figure. Now, John's hysterically crying, thinking the hacker killed Vincent IRL or something. Suddenly, my screen starts glitching. It's not normal for Minecraft to bug out like that. It looked like it was corrupted or something. If that's not bad enough, the chat starts spamming objects successfully summoned by player.number303. I look at the Skype chat and realize that someone has joined the call. It does not have a username, nor do we get any notification of someone getting added to the call. John's just watching this all happen. His voice is shaking and I can hear him sniffling. Honestly, I was starting to get a little freaked out myself. Brady seemed to leave the call and disconnect from the server, possibly out of boredom. I'm trying to calm John down, but he simply repeats, "I can't take this. This is too much for me." The anonymous Skype caller finally puts his face cam on. It's too dark to see anything. John gets too overwhelmed and leaves the call on the server. I don't blame him. If he stayed on any longer, he'd probably have a mental breakdown. It's just me and this anonymous player. I ask if there's anyone there. I hear a faint voice saying something like, "Make a wish." It was faint, yet it sounded like a voice changer. I decided to switch on Minecraft to see if the player was there. The chat spams with "file overload" in red text, along with "make a wish" in gray text. I suddenly get poisoned with a potion of blindness. I then lose my ability to move. I can't even turn on my computer or exit out of Minecraft. This player then runs up to me. It seemed like he had a ghostly skin on, with red eyes and a white parka. The chat then says one more thing. Make a wish and say goodbye to your friends. The Skype call drops out and somehow exits out by itself. And the player runs up to me and hits me. For some reason, it makes that oof noise that used to exist in the beta and earlier. My computer then shuts off. I try to turn on, but with no avail. I try using my phone, but the internet is down. I wait about 3 hours before turning on my computer. The desktop wallpaper was changing to green coding, probably hex. I then realized that literally everything except the recycling bin was deleted from my PC. I turn off my computer and use my laptop. I try calling John, but he doesn't answer. The same goes for Brady and Vincent. I decided just to go to bed and to go to school the next day and to speak with John and the others the next day. I go to school the next morning and Brady is the only one who shows up. He says that Vin and John's parents called his parents to ask if John and Vin are at his house. Apparently, they went missing. There was no sign of them, and the police came to their house to check if there were any clues on where they were, but there were no results. I decided to ditch school and walk to John's house to see if he's there. I see his mother sitting on the steps, crying. I ask if she's okay, and she says that John apparently committed suicide. Not in the house, most likely snuck out to end his life. She handed me a piece of paper that she claimed to have left on John's computer table. I read the note carefully. I can't take this anymore. I can't sleep. I'm afraid he's watching me. I can't live like this knowing that someone is after me, wanting me to die a slow, painful death. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you. I started to cry a bit when I read those last few words. I checked the back of the paper, and written on the corner with very small text was of that familiar phrase, make a wish. After about 20 minutes of comforting John's mother, I decided to go check on Vincent. His dad's car is in the driveway, but no one is home, not even his dad. I sneak in the house, and what do I see in the bathroom? Written on the mirror in red marker are the words, make a wish. That was when I realized that these weren't just coincidences. This was a serious issue. Not just some hacker, but someone who was mentally torturing his victims and causing them to so-called disappear. If you get this email, Speed, if you ever encounter 303 again, I want you to quickly close out of the Minecraft and shut down your computer. I don't want you to end up like Vincent or John. Please be careful. If I get any more information, I'll contact you immediately. Good luck. December 13th, 2013. I was playing with some friends on Xbox 360, playing Minecraft, and we were in creative mode building a big city. The world was also on peaceful mode. We were all having a good time until somebody's house started burning. Now, of course, we had all heard of griefers, but in fact we were blaming everyone. In fact, another house started burning as well. We blamed the host using his host privileges, however, we were wrong. We all decided to investigate what was really going on. We all went to a house together, including the host, only to see the most scariest thing happening. We looked through the windows to see TNT go off by itself somewhere in the distance. We were all starting to get scared and would even get more scared. We then began to look around the house, and most of them were on fire. There was nothing that could set these houses on fire, and fire spreads was off, so was TNT. I tried to believe that the host that TNT and fire did not work. Once more, crap started happening when we were all together, including the host. No one was missing in the house. I counted heads and we were all together, but stuff was happening and we couldn't explain it. To my surprise, we started finding signs and TNT going off again. It was too much. I plugged a cable into my Xbox into my computer. I opened up a program used to read the source codes that were going on. To my surprise, the source codes described this entity as 303. My source codes soon started getting out of control. Weird 303 entity codes were showing up and I couldn't stop them. My computer was being overwhelmed with this. I tried to find out who was causing this, but I just couldn't. Just 303 did this, nothing else. Nothing. But not everything was caused by him. The host started trolling us to scare us as well. It wouldn't be a secret for long. The source codes told me that everything was happening, including what the players had did, and me as well. But then the source codes were done. They were surely done for it. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't figure out what was happening. But the source code student spelled out the word "make a wish." I thought that this was the host, but then started blaming everyone again. As you did see the source codes, I highlighted everything that his Entity 303 did. Block 1241 is TNT. Item 3213 is flint and steel. Block 4 is wood. And also in the raw of the world, I highlighted "make a wish" as I said earlier. This list went on, completely busting my computer. But one question remains, is this Herobrine? Soon, the host had to go to sleep and left the world. However, the source codes were still working. No idea why. And the world was off. Entity 303 was still controlling the world. I decided to exit my program to see if anyone had seen this mysterious entity on the Minecraft forums. There were a few people. Some of them sent me pictures that they had taken, and only one PC player took a picture as he had seen it as well. He said that he was playing with his friends on a private home cheese server. As you can see, they encountered it as well. Yes, it has a texture pack, but he sent me the pack and there's no mob or block with a white skin. Soon, a mysterious profile on the forum started to chat with me. He only said a few words and then left the chat. Notch will think you are crazy when he sees this. By the way, you're next. I hurried and clicked on his profile, but the page 404'd. Soon I was receiving an inbox message from him and clicked reply. I asked him where Herobrine was, only to get a scary reply. I got this message, I replaced him. He has died. He is no longer with us, nor anyone else. I was using another website to reply to him for protection. On the forums, my account suddenly signed out. I tried to sign back in, only for the forums to tell me, your account has been deleted for the following reason. Stop. I couldn't believe it. I made another account and stopped researching and went to sleep as well. Conclusion. There were many more sightings after this one. The first person who saw 303 has disappeared from the internet. He hasn't been heard since December 10th, 2013. The most recent encounter, as of 7/7/2014, is when on July 7th, 2014, the second encounter person, YouTuber, the Speed179, was Skype texting a friend. In the middle of a conversation, 303's team hacked his computer. If you see things in your Minecraft worlds like birch, wood, and oak trees, fire in the sky, random cobblestones where it's not supposed to be, upside down crosses, figures in the distance, or other suspicious occurrences, Entity 303 could be hacking your Minecraft. If you think you've been hacked, look through your whole computer and delete files with 303 in them. Remember, a lot of more than 1 in 40 people are affected by 303. There are some people pretending to be Entity 303. If you see someone on Minecraft with the username Entity 303, then just ignore this person. Be careful, stay safe. If you see anything weird in your world, post a comment showing the picture. Update, December 13th, 2013. Entity 303 said they had 5 weeks to train because the war will be in 5 weeks. Get ready, guys. He also said to look out the window at night because he said that you will see him eating children and spitting out their bones. Children are disappearing and the last thing they did was Minecraft. Also, the Speed179's team discovered the Sulfur of Immunity. It is an IP address that protects you from 303. It is currently unknown how it works. If you haven't been affected by 303 yet, it will happen in 5 weeks. Teams. Entity 303 cannot be beaten just by fighting alone, so some people created items. The team leaders recruit members over the internet to fight 303. The Speed179's team is the first one. Speed's team has a special server called the Sulfur of Immunity, a thing that protects you from 303. And that was the Minecraft creepypasta Entity 303. I must say firstly that I very much enjoyed the format of it, beginning with an email introduction from somebody mailing the concerned YouTuber by the name of the Speed179, who I'll link down below. I'm not sure if he originally wrote this story, but he does seem to be credited in a lot of wikis, so I'll at least leave it down below. There is something of an issue I had with it, however, is that I was really in tune with the very first email. It felt super cool to have explained the friend group's dynamics and whatnot, but then when you switch to the second one, I don't know if it was another author or they just didn't fact check as much, but it kind of dropped in quality really hard, which is unfortunate. I still enjoyed the whole tale of passing around to people, trying to get people together to find this singular character, but it still was definitely a noticeable downtick in information that was given to us. Even if there was something of a quality dip from the first report to the second report, I don't think it compares anything to what was going on in the last couple reports, where kind of out of nowhere he apparently eats kids. I don't know how many people were involved in the creation of this story, but it seems more entertaining as kind of an urban legend figure than something to actively read for its narrative quality. I know the Speed has a whole video about hunting this Entity 303, so it seems very connected. He's more famous for his visual appearances and interactions with other creepypasta characters like Herobrine, more than famous for his own story. Kind of gives me vibes of sort of the old Jeff the Killer mythos, where none of the stories, writing-wise, were actually good. They weren't very good, but people very much enjoyed drawing them and having an ensemble of very creepy characters to interact with and build a community around, and I think I admire that. I want to do very much like a deep dive into a lot of more Minecraft creepypastas, stories, and urban legends, because I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential that people sort of just forgot about. Like, Entity 303, the Speed hasn't uploaded in a very long time. He made an old, very iconic Herobrine documentary almost 10 years ago, and a lot of this has sort of fallen off the face of the earth, which makes me a little sad. That's part of the reason why I was inspired to read creepypastas. These aren't what are going to keep people inventing the channel. This isn't what brings people in. This is just kind of nostalgic entertainment that I want to preserve the experience of. And I feel very strongly that Minecraft is one of the best examples of this kind of community sort of still being around. And I want to do my best to preserve that, even if it means reading a story that might not be fantastic. I will definitely read more Minecraft stories in the near future. I apologize very much for the lack of creepypasta uploads. I recognize that my banner says weekly uploads, and I haven't been doing that because I'm working very hard on something. It's going to be a lot longer than I thought, but that's okay, because it'll come out before Christmas, and I'll probably have another creepypasta before Christmas as well. And I hope you enjoyed that. I hope Entity 303 doesn't pollute your server with his mysterious, unexplained powers. And until then, I hope everyone has a very wonderful rest of their day.